Welcome to your calm space for speaking confidence. Most people think fluency means knowing every single word in the dictionary, but real fluency is actually what you do when you completely forget a word. Picture this. It is 7:30 in the evening. You are at a dinner party with friends and a few people you do not know well. You are telling a story, and you are feeling good. Your English is flowing. But then, suddenly, you hit a wall. You need a specific word, maybe ingredients, but it is gone. Your mind is blank. The room goes quiet. You feel the heat rising in your cheeks, and everyone is staring at you, waiting for you to finish the sentence.
I remember exactly how this felt when I first moved to London. I was at a hardware store trying to buy a screwdriver. I knew the word the day before, I promise, but standing in front of the clerk with a line of people behind me, my mind went completely white. I panicked. I just said, "Never mind," and I walked out of the store without buying anything. I felt like I had failed completely because of one missing word.
That feeling of failure is what we are going to fix today. By the end of this episode, you will have a complete safety script for those moments, so you never have to stop talking or apologize for your English again.
Let us start by looking at that moment of panic. When Mark walked out of the store, or when you freeze at the dinner party, what is the first instinct? Usually, it is to say, "I am sorry." You might say, "I am sorry, my English is bad," or "I am sorry, I forgot."
That is exactly what I wanted to do. I felt like I was wasting the clerk's time. I felt like I was being difficult. Apologizing felt like the polite thing to do.
It feels polite, but it actually kills your confidence. When you apologize, you are telling the other person, "I am the problem here." You are putting a spotlight on your mistake. But more importantly, you are stopping the flow of the conversation. You are making the other person comfort you. They have to say, "Oh no, it's okay, don't worry."
That is true. And then the conversation becomes about my English level instead of about the screwdriver or the dinner story. The connection is broken.
Exactly. We want to maintain the connection. We want to keep the bridge open between you and the listener. We need to shift your mindset. Real fluency is not about having a perfect memory. It's about having a strategy for when your memory fails.
So if I'm not supposed to say sorry, what should I do? I still don't know the word. I can't just stand there in silence.
You use what I call the description bridge. A bridge takes you from one side of the river to the other. In conversation, a description bridge takes you from the thought in your head to the listener's ear, even if you are missing the main vehicle, the specific vocabulary word.
I like that image. So instead of stopping at the riverbank and apologizing, I build a way across.
Precisely. We are going to learn 3 specific types of bridges today. These are simple patterns you can use to describe any object, action, or idea using words you already know. The first bridge is called the category bridge.
The category bridge. How does that work?
This is where you zoom out. Imagine you are trying to say pomegranate, but you forget the word pomegranate. If you look at a pomegranate, what is the bigger category it belongs to?
It's a fruit.
Exactly. Fruit is the category. If you forget tram, what is the category?
It's a vehicle, or maybe transport.
Perfect. The mistake many learners make is trying to find the exact word. They search and search in their brain for tram, and they find nothing. But the word vehicle is sitting right there, easy to access.
So the formula is simply saying it is a kind of or it is a type of.
Yes, let's practice this. I want you to listen to these phrases. These are your safety phrases. I will say them slowly. I want you to repeat them out loud. Do not just listen, speak them. This trains your mouth to be ready. It is a kind of. It is a type of. It is a sort of.
Okay, I have those. But saying it is a fruit might not be enough. If I just say I want a fruit, the listener will not know I mean a pomegranate.
That is true. The category is just the first step. It buys you time. It tells the listener, "Stay with me, I'm explaining." Once you have the category, you add a simple detail. You do not need complex grammar. You just need basic adjectives.
So for the pomegranate, I could say it is a kind of fruit. It is red and round.
Yes, and suddenly the listener is not thinking about your English grammar. They are playing a guessing game with you. They are thinking, red fruit, apple, cherry, pomegranate. They are engaged.
That feels much less stressful. It feels like we're working together to find the meaning.
Let's try another one. Imagine you are at that dinner party. You want to talk about your hobby, which is archery. You know, with a bow and arrow, but you forget the word archery. Mark, use the category bridge.
Okay, I'm panicking. I forget archery. I zoom out. What is it? It's a sport. So I would say, I really like this sport.
Good. Now add one simple detail.
I really like this sport. It is an old sport.
Excellent. You have kept the conversation alive. You did not apologize, you did not stop, you kept moving forward. And usually, if I say that, the other person might ask, "Oh, what kind of sport?" And that gives me more time to think or describe it further. Exactly. You are controlling the pace. Let's practice a few more of these category bridges. I'm going to give you a difficult word. I want you to imagine you forgot it. Then I want you to say the category phrase. The word is wallet. If you forget wallet, what is the category?
It's a thing.
Thing is the ultimate category word. It is very useful. It is a thing, or it is an object.
It is a thing.
Good. What about microwave?
It's a machine, or it is a kitchen appliance.
Appliance is a great B1 word, but machine is perfectly fine. It is a machine in the kitchen.
This is actually really freeing. I don't have to be perfect.
It is absolutely good enough. Now, let's move to the second bridge. Sometimes describing the category is hard, or maybe the category is too vague. That is when we use the function bridge.
The function bridge. I assume this means describing what the object does.
Yes, this is often the most powerful bridge because human brains are wired to understand function. We understand tools and actions. The key phrase here is, it is used for.
It is used for.
Or, you use it to.
You use it to.
Let's go back to my example of the wallet. We established the category is thing. Now, let's add the function. Mark, what do you use a wallet for?
You use it to keep your money.
Perfect. I lost my... Oh, the word is gone. It is the thing you use to keep your money.
That is so clear. If I said that to a native speaker, they would immediately say, your wallet?
And notice what happens then. When they say your wallet, they have given you the word. You did not have to look it up on your phone. You did not have to feel stupid. You elicited the vocabulary from them naturally.
That is a great point. It turns the listener into a helper, not a judge.
Let's try this with the microwave example.
Okay, I forgot the word. I start with the function bridge. It is the machine you use to make food hot very quickly.
Make food hot. Simple words. A2 level words, but the meaning is 100% clear.
This reminds me of the screwdriver situation at the hardware store. If I had known this then, I could have said, I need the tool you use to turn screws.
Or even simpler, I need the tool for fixing things. Then you make a turning motion with your hand.
Body language helps too, right?
Absolutely. But even on the phone, the function bridge works. It is used for helps you explain almost any noun in the English language. Let's practice this structure. I will say the start of the sentence, and I want you to finish it with a simple function. A key. It is used for...
It is used for opening doors.
A blender. You use it to...
You use it to mix food or make smoothies.
Excellent. A bookshelf. It is used for...
It is used for holding books.
Notice the grammar pattern. It is used for holding. You use it to hold.
Used for holding. Use it to hold.
Do not worry too much if you mix up for and to in the moment. If you say it is used to holding, people will still understand you. The goal is communication, not perfection.
That is a relief. I often get stuck checking my grammar in my head before I speak.
That checking is what causes the silence. We want to fill the silence with description, even if the grammar is slightly imperfect. Before we move to the third bridge, I want to pause. If you are finding these techniques helpful and you want to build a habit of calm, confident speaking, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are building a library of these strategies to help you handle real life, not just classroom tests.
Okay, Hannah, we have the category bridge, it is a kind of. We have the function bridge, it is used for. What is the third one?
The third one is the appearance bridge. This is where you describe what the object looks like. This is useful for things that do not have a clear function, like animals, food, or art.
Right. You can't really say what a pineapple is used for. I mean, it is used for eating, but that's true for all food.
Exactly. So for a pineapple, you describe the appearance. The key phrases here are, it looks like, or it is shaped like.
It looks like.
It is shaped like. You can also talk about color, size, and material. It is made of.
So for a pineapple, I might say, it is a fruit, it is yellow inside and brown outside. It has green leaves on top.
Perfect. You painted a picture. Even if you never say pineapple, the listener can see it.
What about something abstract?
What if I forget a word that isn't an object, like an emotion?
That is a great question. You can still use the appearance bridge, but you describe the situation where you see it. For example, if you forget the word exhausted.
That is a good one. Exhausted is a hard word to remember sometimes.
You can describe what an exhausted person looks like. I was I cannot find the word, but it is how you feel after running a marathon.
Ah, so you paint the scene.
Yes, or it is when you are very, very tired and you want to sleep for a week. You are using the description bridge to explain the feeling.
So to recap the appearance bridge phrases, it looks like, it is made of, it is the color of.
Let's try a tricky one. Describe a snake without using the word.
Okay, appearance bridge. It is an animal, it is long and thin, it has no legs.
It has no legs. That is the defining feature. As soon as you say that, I know it is a snake.
It feels like a game of taboo. You know that board game where you have to describe words?
It is exactly like that. And think about how fun that game is. When you play Taboo, you are not stressed, you are excited, you are creative. If you can bring that same energy to your English conversations, that game energy, you will stop fearing the mind blanks. You will start seeing them as little challenges to solve.
That is a huge mindset shift. Instead of I failed, it is watch me solve this puzzle.
Yes. Now I want to combine these. In a real conversation, you will often mix the bridges. You might start with a category, add a function, and finish with an appearance. This is the ultimate safety net.
Can you give us an example of a full combination?
Let's go back to the tram example. You are in a city, asking for directions to the tram stop. You forget tram.
Okay, I start with category. I am looking for the vehicle.
Then appearance.
It looks like a train, but it goes on the street.
Then function or detail.
It uses electricity wires above the street.
I am looking for the vehicle. It looks like a train on the street with electric wires.
That is actually better than just saying tram. If I say tram, maybe my pronunciation is wrong. Maybe they do not understand me. But if I describe it, there is no confusion.
That is a profound insight, Mark. Sometimes the description bridge is actually clearer than the vocabulary word. It forces you to be descriptive. It forces you to communicate the idea, not just the label.
I feel much more ready for my next mind blank. But I know that in the moment, when the pressure is on, it might be hard to remember to do this.
That is why we need to practice. We are going to do a simulation. I am going to tell a short story. In the story, I will stop at a specific word. I will make a sound like a beep. When you hear the beep, I want you, the listener, to speak out loud. I want you to shout out a description for the missing word using one of our bridges.
So if you say, I peeled the beep, and the answer is banana, the listener should say, it is a long yellow fruit.
Exactly. Do not say the word banana. Describe it. I will leave a pause for you to speak. Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's do it.
Here's the first one. Yesterday, I went to the beep to buy some stamps. Did you say it is the place where you mail letters? Or it is the building for sending packages? That would be the post office. Great. Here is the next one. I need to clean the floor, but I cannot find the beep. I would say the machine for cleaning dust, or the tool that sucks up dirt. That describes a vacuum cleaner. Exactly. The tool that sucks up dirt. Simple words, clear meaning. Here's the last one. My sister is a beep. She fixes people's teeth. She is the doctor for teeth, or she is the person who works in a dental clinic. That is a dentist. The doctor for teeth. That is perfectly acceptable English. If you said that to me, I would understand you instantly.
You know, doing this practice makes me realize how many simple words I already know. I know doctor, I know teeth, I know clean, I know floor. I have all the building blocks, I just need to arrange them.
That is the secret. You have enough vocabulary right now, at this very moment, to explain almost anything in your life. You do not need to wait until you are C1 level to be fluent. You can be fluent with your B1 vocabulary if you use these bridges.
But what about the awkwardness? Even with these phrases, there is still a moment of hesitation, a second or two where I am thinking.
That is natural. The key is to keep your voice active. Don't go silent. Use filler phrases to launch your bridge.
Like, what do you call it?
Yes, or how do I explain it? Or it is on the tip of my tongue.
It is on the tip of my tongue. I love that idiom.
It is very natural. So the full sequence looks like this. 1. You hit the wall. You forget the word. 2. You stay calm. Do not apologize. 3. You say a filler. Oh, what is the word? 4. You launch the bridge.
It is the tool you use for.
It flows together. I need what is the word? The tool you use for turning screws.
Smooth, professional, confident. And the best part? The listener thinks you are just searching for the best word, not that you forgot the word. It changes how you are perceived.
This helps with the fear of judgment. If I handle it smoothly, there is nothing to judge.
Exactly. Perfection is fragile. If you try to be perfect, one mistake breaks everything. But resilience is strong. This technique builds resilience. It allows you to make mistakes and keep.
I am going to try this next time I am at a restaurant. If I forget menu or napkin, I am going to describe it.
That brings us to your challenge for this week. I want you to practice imperfect action.
What is the specific challenge?
For the next 24 hours, I want you to make a promise to yourself. If you forget a word, whether you are speaking English or even your native language, do not look it up. Do not open Google Translate. Do not ask, how do you say X immediately.
That is going to be hard. We are so used to looking things up instantly.
Force yourself to describe it first. Force yourself to use a category, a function, or an appearance, even if you are alone in your room talking to yourself. If you forget pillow, say, the soft thing I sleep on.
So we are training the brain to take the detour, not just stop at the roadblock.
Yes, you are building a new neural pathway. The first time is hard. The second time is easier. By the 10th time, you won't even notice you are doing it. You will just be speaking.
And that is the goal, just speaking.
Remember, your English does not need to be perfect to be powerful. It just needs to be clear.
And you have the tools to make it clear, even when your memory takes a break.
Thank you for practicing with us today. Take this technique, use it, and watch your fear disappear.
See you in the next episode.
Keep speaking.